Yo, what's up everybody? It's I Travel, so I exist and we're about to jump headfirst into the world of solo travel. Did you know that over 70% of people would rather go on a trip alone than stay home? Yeah, seriously. That's insane, right? Gone are the days of waiting around for your friends to finally book that trip. People are realizing that exploring the world solo is where it's at. It's about freedom, man. Freedom to do what you want, when you want. No compromises. And trust me, I get it. Sometimes you just gotta scratch that travel itch, no matter what. So, buckle up, because in this series, we're diving into the top cities that are basically built for solo adventurers. We're talking about places that'll grab you by the hand, pull you in, and make you feel like you belong. Places where being alone is actually the best way to experience it all. Let's go! First up, we're hitting up Tokyo, Japan. This city, man, it's like stepping into another dimension. The energy, the lights, the sheer scale of it all, it's something you have to experience to believe. And there's no better place to get that full-on sensory explosion than Shinjuku. It's the heart of Tokyo's nightlife and entertainment. Imagine this: giant LED screens flashing, a million people moving around you, and the smell of street food hitting you from every direction. It's like a scene straight out of a cyberpunk movie. It's overwhelming in the best way possible. The chaos, the colors, the sounds, it's a sensory overload that you can't help but love. You gotta just get lost in the back streets, wander into tiny ramen shops, and just soak it all in. These hidden gems are where you'll find the true essence of Tokyo. Don't worry about looking like a tourist. Everyone's doing their own thing here. The city is so diverse and dynamic that you'll blend right in. And hey, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just grab a beer at one of the vending machines. It's a quirky little feature that adds to Tokyo's unique charm. Yeah, you heard me right. Vending machines with beer, only in Tokyo, baby. It's these little surprises that make exploring the city so much fun. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tokyo sounds crazy intense for a solo traveler. And yeah, it can be, but that's part of the adventure. And yeah, it can be, but that's the beauty of it, right? The thrill of navigating a bustling metropolis on your own is unmatched. But that's the beauty of it, right? You can go from the chaos of Shinjuku to complete zen in a matter of minutes. It's a city of contrasts. Case in point, the Imperial Palace Gardens. This place is like stepping into another world. It's a sanctuary of peace amidst the urban jungle, the perfect escape from the city's hustle and bustle. It's quiet, it's green, it's serene. You can just feel the stress melting away. The tranquility here is almost palpable. Spend a few hours wandering around the perfectly manicured gardens, watch the koi fish swim in the ponds, and just breathe. It's a rejuvenating experience. It's the perfect antidote to the city's energy. And hey, while you're there, make sure you check out the Imperial Palace itself. It's a pretty impressive sight. The architecture and history are fascinating. It's a pretty impressive sight. Nobody's judging you. Everyone's just doing their own thing. You can spend hours getting lost in museums, exploring quirky neighborhoods like Harajuku, or just people watching in Shibuya Crossing. There's always something new to discover. Yeah, that famous crosswalk. It's even crazier in person. And the food, man! Tokyo's culinary scene is out of this world. Don't even get me started on the food. From street vendors to high-end restaurants, the variety and quality are astounding. From Michelin-starred sushi to hole-in-the-wall ramen joints, Tokyo is a foodie paradise. Every meal is an adventure. So yeah, Tokyo as a solo traveler is a must-do. It's a city that will challenge you, excite you, and leave you wanting more. It's a city that will challenge you, excite you, and leave you wanting more. The memories you make here will stay with you forever. Trust me on this one. Tokyo is a city like no other, and as a solo traveler, it's an experience you won't want to miss. All right, from the neon-drenched streets of Tokyo, we're jumping over to Barcelona, Spain. This city is a whole different vibe. Think sunny beaches, stunning architecture, and a laid-back Mediterranean lifestyle. And when it comes to architecture, there's one name you gotta know: Antoni Gaudi. His work is everywhere in Barcelona, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Start with the Sagrada Familia, Gaudi's masterpiece. This basilica is still unfinished, but trust me, it's one of the most awe-inspiring buildings you'll ever see. The level of detail is insane. And don't even get me started on Park Güell. It's like walking into a fairy tale. Colorful mosaics, whimsical buildings, and incredible views over the city. It's the perfect place to get lost for an afternoon. Now, Barcelona isn't all about architecture. It's also a beach city, baby. And I'm not talking about some sleepy little beach towns. I'm talking about Barceloneta Beach, This place is the real deal. Golden sand, clear blue water, and a constant buzz of activity. You can sunbathe, swim, surf, or just people watch to your heart's content. And when you need a break from the sun, there are tons of beach bars and restaurants where you can grab a bite to eat or just relax with a cold drink. Just a heads up, Barceloneta can get pretty crowded, especially in the summer. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? Just soak up the energy and enjoy the vibe. All right, let's talk about food. And specifically, let's talk about La Boqueria. This place is a food market unlike any other. Imagine this, rows upon rows of stalls selling everything from fresh seafood to cured meats to exotic fruits. The colors and smells are incredible. You can easily spend hours just wandering around, sampling different foods, and soaking up the atmosphere. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, grab a seat at one of the counter restaurants and order whatever looks good. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. All right, we're talking solo travel, and you know what city just screams adventure around every corner? You guessed it, New York freaking City. This place, it's a beast. It's a living, breathing entity that never stops moving. The energy here, it's contagious, it's electric. It's like the city itself is alive, pulsing with an unstoppable rhythm. You could be wandering around at 4 a.m., and I guarantee you'll bump into someone grabbing a bagel, heading to work, or just soaking in the madness. It's a city that never takes a break, and that's the beauty of it, right? This city never sleeps. It's always on, always buzzing. It's a constant hustle, 24/7, 365. The subway, the streets, the people, everything is in perpetual motion. You could spend a lifetime here and still feel like you've only scratched the surface. Every neighborhood has its own unique vibe, its own story to tell. But hey, that's the thrill of it, right? The endless possibilities, the never-ending discoveries. Now, I know what you're thinking. Solo in a city this massive? It sounds daunting, but it's actually liberating. But trust me, that's where the magic happens. When you're on your own, you notice things you might otherwise miss. You're free to set your own pace, chase your own curiosities, and honestly, get completely lost in the mix. And getting lost here? It's an adventure in itself. It's not a bad thing. In fact, it's an opportunity to stumble upon hidden gems. In fact, it might be the best thing that happens to you. Those unexpected moments, those serendipitous finds, they're what make the journey unforgettable. Every corner you turn, every street you wander down, it's a new experience waiting to unfold. It's like the city is a giant playground for the curious soul. Now, I know New York has this reputation for being this concrete jungle. And yeah, there's a lot of concrete, but there's so much more beneath the surface. But hidden within the skyscrapers and the subway steam, you'll find pockets of peace that'll make you question if you're even in the same city. Central Park, it's a sanctuary. It's like this emerald gem nestled right in the heart of the madness, a place where you can breathe, relax, and just be. You can walk for hours, get lost in the trees, forget you're surrounded by millions of people. It's wild. It's a breath of fresh air in the middle of the urban chaos. Rent a bike, grab a coffee, and just cruise. It's the perfect way to unwind and take in the natural beauty. People watch, listen to some street musicians, soak up the sun. It's a slice of tranquility in the city that never sleeps. It's the perfect escape from the sensory overload that is New York City. A place to recharge before diving back into the hustle and bustle. And speaking of escapes, don't sleep on the ferry to Staten Island. It's a mini adventure in itself. Yeah, I know it's touristy, but the view of the Statue of Liberty, it's iconic. It's a must-see. Come on, that never gets old. Plus, it's free. You can't beat that. It's a budget-friendly way to see one of the most famous landmarks in the world. Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. New York City has something for everyone. You're a foodie? You're in for a treat. Get ready to be blown away. The food scene here is unparalleled. Street vendors slinging the best halal you've ever tasted. Michelin star restaurants pushing culinary boundaries. It's a gastronomic paradise. It's a food lover's paradise. Into art and culture? You're in the right place. MoMA, the Met, the Guggenheim. Pick your poison. Each museum offers a unique glimpse into the world of art and history. Broadway shows, independent theater, live music on every corner. The performing arts scene is vibrant and diverse. You'll be spoiled for choice. There's always something happening, always a show to catch. And don't even get me started on the shopping. It's a shopaholic stream. From vintage finds in Brooklyn to designer flagships on Fifth Avenue, you can literally shop till you drop. The variety is astounding. Just, maybe set a budget. It's easy to get carried away. The point is, New York City is an experience. It's a whirlwind. It's a city that demands to be explored. It's a melting pot of cultures, cuisines, and experiences that'll leave you wanting more. Solo travel here? It's an adventure of a lifetime. It's a crash course in self-discovery, urban exploration, and maybe, just maybe, finding a slice of yourself in the city that never sleeps. So pack your bags, hit the streets, and let New York City show you what it's made of. All right, we've hit up some incredible spots so far, but what if you're looking for that perfect blend? A place where every corner tells a story and every street feels like a new adventure waiting to unfold. Culture, history, entertainment, all in one place. Imagine a city where you can dive into the past and still feel the pulse of the present. You need a city that can shift gears as fast as you can swipe right on a dating app. A place where the old meets the new seamlessly, and every moment feels like a discovery. Somewhere that surprises you, challenges you, maybe even teaches you a thing or two. A city that feels like a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving and inviting you to be a part of its story. Let's talk about cities that are basically the platonic ideal of a solo traveler's dream. These are places where you can truly lose yourself and find yourself at the same time. These are the places where you can start your day exploring ancient ruins, feeling the weight of history beneath your feet, grab lunch from a street food vendor who's practically a celebrity, savoring flavors that tell a story of their own, and end the night at a concert that'll blow your mind, surrounded by the city's vibrant energy. They're cities that embrace the old and the new, the traditional and the modern, sometimes all in the same block. It's this juxtaposition that makes them so unique and captivating. And that's what makes them so damn exciting for solo travelers. Every day is a new adventure, every street a new story. You're not just visiting, you're immersing yourself in a living, breathing tapestry of experiences. You're becoming a part of the city's narrative. Now, I know what you're thinking. Casey, get to the point. Which cities are we talking about? Which cities are we talking about? Hold your horses, I'm getting there. But the beauty of this category is that it's not about a specific location. It's about a feeling. It's about that electric energy you get when you step off the plane and know you're somewhere special. It's about the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of new possibilities. It's about being open to the unexpected, to letting the city guide you instead of the other way around. It's about the serendipity of travel, to letting the city guide you instead of the other way around. Maybe you stumble upon a hidden courtyard with the most amazing coffee you've ever tasted. Or perhaps you find a quiet park where you can just sit and watch the world go by. Maybe you end up chatting with a local artist who invites you to their studio. These are the moments that make travel truly unforgettable. The point is, these cities are all about embracing the unknown and letting yourself get lost in the moment. It's about the journey as much as the destination. And hey, even though we're talking about solo travel, that doesn't mean you have to be alone the whole time. These cities are social hubs. That doesn't mean you have to be alone the whole time. These cities are magnets for interesting people from all walks of life. You'll meet fellow travelers, expats who've made these places their home, and locals who are eager to share their city with you. Strike up a conversation, share stories, and locals who are eager to share their city with you. Strike up a conversation, share stories, maybe even make some new travel buddies. That's the beauty of solo travel. You're free to connect with people on your own terms. You're not bound by anyone else's itinerary or expectations. It's just you, the city, and endless possibilities. It's just you, the city, and endless possibilities. Every day is a blank canvas, and you get to paint your own adventure. All right, I've teased it enough. Let's move on to our next must-visit solo travel destination. Get ready to be inspired and start planning your next adventure. From the electric chaos of those culture capitals, let's shift gears to a different kind of energy. Chiang Mai, Thailand. This city is like a deep cleansing breath after a sprint through a crowded market. It's a place where you can find your center, reconnect with yourself, and maybe even learn how to say hello in Thai without sounding like a total tourist. Chiang Mai is all about balance. You've got ancient temples nestled among modern cafes. You've got bustling night markets right next to tranquil rice paddies. It's a city that embraces both the spiritual and the adventurous, often at the same damn time. Now, you can't talk about Chiang Mai without mentioning the temples. We're talking hundreds of years old, intricate designs, gold shimmering in the sunlight, the real deal. Doi Suthep, Wat Chedi Luang. These places aren't just tourist attractions, they're active centers of worship. So be respectful, dress appropriately, and soak it all in. But don't think Chiang Mai is all incense and meditation. Once the sun sets, the night markets come alive. Food stalls sizzling with exotic aromas, handmade crafts you won't find anywhere else, and enough energy to power a small city. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. One of the things that makes Chiang Mai so special for solo travelers is the expat community. People from all over the world have settled here, drawn in by the laid-back vibe, the low cost of living, and the opportunity to reinvent themselves. This creates an incredibly welcoming and inclusive atmosphere. You'll find it easy to strike up conversations, find travel buddies, or just grab a coffee and share stories. It's like a built-in support system for solo adventurers. So there you have it, 5 incredible cities that are practically begging to be explored solo. From the neon-drenched streets of Tokyo to the tranquil temples of Chiang Mai, each of these destinations offers something truly unique for the intrepid traveler. Remember, solo travel is about more than just checking off destinations. It's about pushing your boundaries, embracing the unknown, and discovering who you are when you're completely on your own. And hey, I want to hear from you. What are your favorite solo travel destinations? Drop them in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips and adventures, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!